Hello, and welcome to Wyverns Weirdos, The Journey Home. I'm your Dungeon Master Darby, and joining me as always are Zoe, playing 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧, Emily, playing Beatrice, Laura, playing Conrad, Johanna, playing Fall. Let's jump into it. Where we last left off, the party discussed the cult of the Caustic Heart and plans to meet with to seek out its leader in Port Damali with the half-elven draconic sorceress, 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧. And after making plans to meet up in the morning to head to Port Damali via the Cobalt Soul's teleportation circles, Fall and Beatrice went for supplies, making a detour along the way to the Chastity's Nook, a store dealing with erotica and related ephemera, wherein Beatrice bought an erotic novel and bought an intellectual manual. They also bought rations before heading back to their new tavern for the night. So, Conrad and 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧, was there anything you were doing while Beatrice and Fall were having their little journey?
𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧 probably sits there and, says goodbye to Fall, and then Beatrice wanders off, and then she looks back at Conrad and she kind of goes like, it's once again just me and Conrad. The poor things have happened the past few times it's been just me and Conrad, but you know what? I'm assuming he's just drinking and watching that card game and not really in reality at the moment.
Yeah, pretty much. He's kind of tilted the chair back a little bit, like a lot of 19-year-old boys tend to.
Now, am I misremembering? Did Conrad go off at one point and then return? Or
he probably will at some point. Okay. He might not have at this point. Because beyond anything else, it's just he probably was going to, saw Beatrice get up to be like, oh, I accompany your Fall. And Conrad's like, I do not want Beatrice dogging me while I'm just going for a stroll. No way. So he's just like, I'm just going to chill here for a bit. So, yeah.
Okay. 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧 probably sits there for a minute, sipping her juice, watching Conrad watch other people. And if he were to look at her at any point, she would probably look at multiple points like she wants to start a serious conversation, and then will close her mouth and kind of fidget, press her fingers together, just tapping them a bunch, and then open her mouth again and not. And eventually she gets a very determined little look on her face. And if he's leaning back on the chair, he's probably very far away from her short little body. So she actually kind of does that thing where you kneel on your seat, and she leans across the table and tries to bap him on the arm.
Okay.
Just to get his attention.
He just like does like a bit of like and like manages to right himself in time, as he was quite startled. And then just like rights his hand, who was still holding the glass, and just like, what?
Hello.
Hello?
And she once again opens and closes her mouth a couple of times. Then she goes, do you still have that deck of cards on you?
He kind of like looks at Sevia, like he's trying to calculate what she's trying to do, and he puts the glass down, and just kind of like rolls his shoulder a bit, and then like reaches his hand down into the little hip bag that he has, and pulls out the deck of cards and just kind of like flops them down in front of her.
Thank you. I saw you and Beatrice playing one time. I was wondering if you would want to teach me.
Oh, you have not played cards before?
I know how to play, I think we call it solitaire. Apart from that, no, not really.
Ah, I see. It looks like he's like just trying to like, contemplate something for a moment. He's like, all right then. And he kind of, because he was kind of like still sitting at a bit of an angle, he sort of like shifts his posture back to face the table proper, and then kind of like sets about dealing cards out for her, and then like laying things in. And he's like just kind of like moves them to her, but he's very precise in how he lays down his. And they're fairly worn cards, but they are very nice looking cards. They're like got like this like gold gilded edges on them. They're like a very like matte sort of black. They look like they've been painted black. So like there's a bit of like scuffing and things like that. But like there's a lot of like gold sort of embossing. It looks like quite a nice set. And some kind of like plant and like some kind of animal on the back, stamped in some sort of regional type of design. But yeah, he kind of deals that. It's like, okay, well, you wish to learn?
Yes.
Okay then. And he will, because I haven't played cards in a long time. Connor will sort of describe in brief how to like the concepts of like playing like some particular Fierlor equivalent like card game. I presume it's somewhat like poker, but I don't know.
Yeah,
fantasy poker. And then like he's very rigid with how he describes that and like the different particular rules. He gets into a bit of length with that. He's still quite focused precisely on this. He's like, then we see how play. Well, some people wager for things, but that is not required when you are learning.
Do you want to?
What would I wager?
I don't know. Do you have any rocks in your pockets?
No rocks. Do you wager for rocks normally?
Well, no, just I don't know. Maybe you'd pick them up. I mean, we could use coins from the bag of holding, but I don't know.
Oh well. He reaches into a pocket and pulls out a soul coin. How about one of these?
Oh, you still have those?
Strange, unfortunate-looking little like design. Yes, didn't use all of them.
Right.
Blackened kind of coin, horrible kind of aura around it.
Sevia, when he reached into his pocket, she almost like held her hand out as if to examine what he was pulling out. And as soon as she feels that kind of energy around it, her hand kind of twitches because she would have been holding out her right hand. And then she goes, Well, a silver won't be much against that, but I'm sure I can wager regardless.
We shall see.
And she will reach into the bag of holding and pull out a silver and use that on her end.
Excellent.
And then she will attempt to play cards with Conrad.
That's fair.
All right.
But yeah.
I feel like as a wager has been made, we should probably roll for this.
That's fair.
D20 or
So it would be a D20, probably an intelligence or wisdom. I'll allow whichever is better for you respectively. I believe that's intelligence for both of you.
Yeah.
If you have proficiency in the playing card set, you can add your proficiency bonus to that as well, which I believe Conrad does, Sevia does not.
Yes. What's my proficiency bonus? Oh, it's 5. Yeah, so that's 23.
16.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Okay, so yeah.
So yeah,
Not bad.
Sevia's got a head for rules, but there's a lot of them all at once, and there's a certain level of like poker face involved that she just does not have the knack for. So Conrad probably reads her like a book.
Not bad, although you are not good at schooling your face when you get bad hand.
Oh, are you meant to hide your feelings?
Always. In cards as well.
Really saying the quiet part out loud there, Conrad.
Conrad looks awkward. He's just like, he just takes another swig of his glass.
Sevia also looks awkward, just like, oh, okay. And she goes like, well, another round then.
I suppose so. Another round. All right. Best of 3.
Yes. And she puts out another silver.
Conrad, what's he gonna do? He puts I don't actually have that many random interesting things. He just puts out a gold on the table.
Oh, a big spender.
What could I spend it on? Not much of interest around these parts.
Well, I don't know. And she like hides her face behind her cards, and she has like a little smile, and she just goes, "You certainly found things to spend money on in Arborea."
Eberron.
Eberron. Fucking.
That's the other campaign.
In Eberron.
So Conrad is kind of like trying to deal with this guys, and then he just like flushes red from like his ears across his entire face. And then just sort of just like shuffles with it. Well, that was different. Yes. What interest is it of you anyway?
Well, I don't know a lot about cards, but I have heard about a thing in sports called smack talk. So I was giving that a little go, where I try and distract you. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, well, yes. Well, that was in the past, unfortunately. So well, yes. I wonder if there's places like that here. Probably not.
She blushes a little bit, just because she's like, oh, I've made a mistake on my own end. And then she goes, well, I mean, look, this is not smack talk or anything other than what it is, but I mean, if it helps take the edge off, Conrad, I'm sure you could find something. Yeah, don't look at me. And she like hides.
He gets even more flustered, like, What would you? I don't want to know that. And he kind of like just gets quite flustered. And like suddenly he's a lot more hunched in and looks at his cards and just like looks over them a bit more studiously. So I suppose I'll roll at disadvantage for this one.
Yeah, I guess. I will note also, if you want to cheat, you can roll a sleight of hand rather than a cards check with proficiency. Still at disadvantage if you're disadvantaged, but
yeah.
If ever you want to cheat, sleight of hand is the way to go.
Good to know. He will not this time. He is quite visibly flustered. And he looks like he was looking quite detached, but he's quite just like flustered, like, you know, a 19-year-old might be.
Yeah.
But yeah. And yes, at disadvantage, I rolled an 18.
Okay.
19.
Okay. So you take the gold.
Oh.
Sevia like puts her cards down and she goes, I think that's good, yes?
It is. How did you?
Unless
You're a good
you
teacher.
Grumpy.
are you building up the pot and adding something in each round, or are you just taking with each round?
Oh, I don't know, honestly.
Probably just a pot in the middle.
Yeah.
So it's
Best
one
of
more
three, winner
round.
takes all style.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, lucky try then. I guess. Well, yes, best of three. So,
Well, there's no need to look like that, Conrad. You're a very good teacher.
oh well, yes, of course I am. He's still quite like flustered, just in general. This entire conversation, both have been complimented and also then just like, how dare you point out? How dare you point that out?
Sevia's like gonna rustle around in her little bag for like a third thing to put on a bet. And I mean, one thing she's going to do is pull out a small bag of sand that she's been carrying since the start of this campaign and just look at it for a second, just go, I don't know why I even still have this, and just look at Conrad as if to be like,
Not just a bag of sand. Nice weight.
yeah, I think I occasionally use it as a paperweight. I don't know why it's been in the bottom of my bag this long, but you know. Oh, well, I guess. And she kind of drops that back into the bag.
So, just to clarify, Zoe, the reason that the bag of sand is in the scholar's pack is that it's used to blot ink.
Oh, interesting.
Ah,
Like, it's used to blot ink so that a document can be handled or moved soon after working on it without dripping or
Oh.
smearing.
That's interesting.
oh,
Fun
okay,
history fact for everyone.
yes.
Yes.
Well, Sevia also uses it as a paperweight. And then she will dig around a little more, like her arm very deep in. And then she's going to go, would you be happy with something that is not money as part of this wager?
And Conrad's kind of like looking through his bag, and he pulls out like a the ring that only Fall's seen, I believe, because it was during his conversation with Fall, I think. And he kind of like contemplates that. It's very obviously an engagement ring. He puts that back in his bag. And then Luke was just like zoned out for a moment, like, yes, what would you wager?
And Sevia pulls out a very, very like fancy, beautiful, intricate quill. Like she normally uses like a little ink pen. This is like, it's a little squished, but this is clearly like a very special little pen, like a little quill. And she kind of gives that a little flourish and puts that on the table.
Conrad looks very interesting. Like, that is very nice. Where have you been hiding that away?
It was a silly little gift from oh, you'll laugh at me. From a teacher.
Oh, from university.
No. From secondary education. I was a delight to have in class. So at the end of my tenure, they gave me a fun pen to signify that I was a very good student.
Well, that would have been appreciative. I was wondering if it was a token of another kind.
What sort?
Well, something that implies they want something. Well, that there can be an arrangement to be made. Who knows?
Oh, like an affection or
something of the
bargain.
sort. Yes.
No one's given me affection before. Physical or otherwise.
I did not ask whether you have been physical with anyone before, but
no, I mean as in like physical tokens. God.
If you're going to be asking me about what I got up to as the brothel back then I did not realize this was the tone of the conversation over here.
No, it's not.
Again, I have been not plain, but I am not interested in anyone of your persuasion.
I know.
Just to be clear.
Yes, I know. I meant like a token of affection, like a promise ring or a engagement ring, mayhaps. But
yes. And he the comment he made, he's like, oh, I'm not really like automatically kind of just like looks around to be like, oh, is anyone looking over here? Am I allowed to say that here? And then he kind of like zones back on. So he was like, yes, no. Well, in my occasion, that is the same here. He kind of just like looks down at the cards that who's like slowly dealing out, and he's like, yes, was not an active participant in any matchmaking that perhaps my family were interested in, may or may not have been interested in making. So yes. Engagement or love tokens are not really the sort of thing that, number one, I'm particularly interested in, and number two, I've ever been an active part of. I suppose I am still engaged presently, which is why I left. One of the reasons why. Which is of no matter.
Oh. Well,
and he reaches into his bag and holds out the engagement ring, which is it's very nice looking. It does not really Conrad's style, although it is because his family have that kind of showy kind of gothic 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧 kind of style to them. But like, it is quite a nice looking ring. And he just kind of like tosses that in the middle of the table, right for Stevie to look at, and for the like pile we're making. Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
Well, it is of no consequence anyway. I'm someone who pays to see people in Eberron, apparently. So, well, as she slowly takes the cards, she's just very intently looking at them.
And she just goes, well, you don't have to be engaged. Personally, I'm of the opinion that if you never consented to it, it was never a proper engagement to begin with.
Well, that is how much my family has made of things. It was normal. I just was not able to. It is of no matter.
You will forgive me for saying so, Conrad. Your family sound like... Oh... No, there's not really another word for it. They sound like fuckwits.
Oh. Well, that is a word for them.
Yeah, well, look, maybe this is the... I'm very severely dehydrated, I think. But, look, I'm just saying, everything you've told me, they sound like wretched, terrible people.
They certainly are. Tis what they pride themselves on. That's how you survive. And, that is how things have always been.
It is how you survive. Is it how you live?
Certainly not. That said, he picks up the cards that he's dealt himself and then gestures around to the tavern. Is this how we live? Looking over our shoulder. Waiting for the next task, the next person to slay. To return home? To return back to the places we call familiar anyway.
I do not kid myself in thinking what we are doing is sustainable or good.
No. But we must press on. Need to find Argon, and I need to find out a great deal many more things for other reasons, so that's all we can do, really.
I know this means nothing. I've said it to you in many different words, many ways before.
He cocks his head to one side, like he has quite often in the past.
There is a future at the end of this. And if you want... Look, there's only so many times we can do this.
That is true. We shall see what fate has decided for us all, I suppose, in the end.
We can make our own fate. In our own ways.
Easy to say, but sometimes you need power to achieve that. And who knows whether we're quite at that point yet.
We will find out.
Let's play.
Let us play. Oh, a decent roll.
20.
22.
Oh, wow.
Can I wait? Can I cheat so I lose?
You can attempt to. It's a sleight of hand check. But
I do a perception check.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it would be against your perception check.
It's quite high. Okay. What did you roll?
13.
I rolled 30. I got a nat 20. But Conrad will say nothing. He will observe this if you choose to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, Sevia's gonna, at a certain point, with her knowledge of the rules and watching Conrad realize that she is going to win, and she will have attempted to, like, palm one of her cards and swap it for a lower one.
Interesting.
Wait, no, because she would be very bad at that. And she did a decent roll. Also, I'm not sure that's how you cheat at poker. Okay. She would use prestidigitation to make one of the cards look like a lower value than it is.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
But Conrad, with that fucking perception, will probably have either seen her do her little twitchy hand movements that she tried to pass off as something else, or he'd be able to, like, sense the aura of magic on the card, or potentially even both. And she would, put her cards down and go, "That's not good, is it?"
No, it's not. Dear me, I suppose I win then.
Yes.
Best of 3.
You get the pot. Enjoy your new pen.
He pulls it in and just, like, looks at Sevia for a moment. It's like, are you sure it will not hurt you to part with it?
You and I both know that we've parted with many things here.
This is true. Well, and he, like, scoops up, like, the silver coin. He's like, would you like a drink? And he points to he, like, holds up his empty wine glass.
I could partake in a wine.
Excellent. And he stands up, like, pockets both the ring, he puts the quill down next to where he was, and the coins, and he's going to saunter over to the bar. And while he does that, he's going to lean over to the folks that were playing cards and lean much too close to the person that's losing and be like, he's cheating. And then head on to the bar.
All right. So two wines is going to set you back. I believe it would be 1 silver and 2 copper.
See if it just paid for her and drink. Yeah, that's fair. Excellent. Perfect. And yeah, Conrad will deliver that to Sevia, then revel in whatever drama's happening with the other table as well.
Okay. There's a bit of an argument starting at that table. And it looks like they're about to take things outside. But as you are sitting down, that's probably about when Paul and Beatrice return. Books and rations in tow.
Oh, hi. Nice to see you hanging out. Oh, we've been playing cards. Here, I got the rations. I'm just going to go and set up the room now. So, you two have fun.
Do you need help with setting up the rooms?
No, that's okay. I've got it. Yeah, I'll get it done for you.
Okay. Call me if you need anything, darling.
Absolutely. I will pull scurries off.
Fall,
Yes?
I think you'll need a key to get into the room.
Yes,
And
of course.
rifles around in one of the many pockets under her clothes and pulls out the 3 keys and is like, which one do you want?
Whichever one had the double bed.
Hands over
Paul
it.
like grabs her,
Yeah.
like I don't know, like grabs the key with like her hand kind of, and like leans forward and is like, "Don't tell anyone about what happened."
Why would I do that?
You better not. And then he scurries off
Okay.
to do some reading, and he's going to do the subtle book in other book method as well.
True pro.
Yeah.
Yes. Sevia probably has some massive tome in her collection, especially since she grabbed a selection from Strahd's library. That if you're
That's
taking
true.
stuff up, some of her stuff up, then it's easy enough to find something that would encompass your guidebook.
Yes. And I just fling things around the room, unpacking hurriedly as well.
Sevia rolled an 18 on insight as Fall runs away. So she's gonna look at Fall's retreating little back, look at Conrad, look at Beatrice, and go, is he all right?
He's fine.
Certainly looked rattled.
Yes, did something happen? Did you say
Nothing.
something to him?
I
Guaranteed.
had nothing to do with it.
Ah,
Maybe a
Bad
little.
happened.
visited a tavern in Eberron, I see.
He has something planned. He's planning something, I think. I don't know.
Planning.
He sort of broke off from me and did a thing and came back and was acting a little shifty. I don't know.
Strange.
Last time one of us made a plan like that, Valaki fell.
I don't think it's a plan like that. I think it's something nice.
Yes.
I'm going to get the drink. Beatrice makes a beeline for the
All
bar.
right. If it's another beer, it's 4 copper. Like another ale is 4 copper.
She'll come back and sit back down and go, playing cards?
Yes, cards. Yes, we're playing
Yeah.
cards.
Yes, Conrad was teaching me. It was very fun.
Yes, she's quite good at it.
Had a good teacher.
He like flushes again.
All right.
And just to me, it's like, oh well, have those people like gone into fisticuffs yet? Jeez, I want to know. I don't know how to deal with this. I don't know why they mentioned something about Valaki.
They're no longer there.
Yeah. You're like, oh dear. Oh well, what's a shame.
They're no longer there, but their coats are draped across the backs of chairs.
He looks for a moment, it's like, I couldn't steal it from him.
All right. As the 3 of you play cards, Fall, you're upstairs reading. Are there any other preparations you make for when Sevia eventually makes her way up?
Did you have to phrase it that way?
Yeah.
I mean,
Scatter some rose petals around.
he's preparing the room.
Light a couple candles.
Yes.
Do I still have the candles? No, I think I got rid of them when I fell in the lava. No, they're just setting up the room to look just generally nice. Unless the book suggests anything specific, I guess. But no.
No, the book suggests catering your wooing to the desires and interests of your partner.
Fair.
So scatter books around instead of rose petals.
I was about to say the exact same thing. Books.
Full contemplating this, meanwhile downstairs Cora's like, do you want to go? I'm pretty sure they're fighting out in the street out there. We should go check that out. That'd be hilarious.
What are
Pretty
they
sure I
fighting
started
about?
that. Oh, someone was cheating at cards. I told them. It was very funny.
Nice.
And I'm sure there's no reason why Fall's being weird. They're like that sometimes.
That is very true.
In a good way. He says, looking at Stevie, and like, what?
He's just a very anxious little bean.
Yes, bean. Yes, I suppose so. Like a string bean.
Oh, then clearly the string beanery is genetic.
Karen suddenly is like, what? Just makes like an angry face. It's like,
Well, I'm just saying.
no, further.
Well, if you two want to go watch a bar fight, you certainly can.
I sort of do.
Yeah, I mean, the bar fight's always fun.
Yes, absolutely.
You two can partake. I will go and see what's up with Fall once I have my wine.
Yes, perhaps they need more water to, grow better or something like that. That's what you need. Sunshine and water. Beans. I'm going to go watch some men beat each other up.
Yeah.
There's a joke eyes that we want to make that Sevia would not make.
It was just like, I would make a comment, but I don't know why.
Yeah, someone cosmically is telling me to make... It's Arcani. Arcani is going, say, is that what the kids are calling it nowadays? But Sevia will not. And she'll just wave as the two of them go off to watch a fight.
Also, Conrad takes his glass out with him like an animal. As the hospitality staff watch, glowering from a corner.
Beatrice also still has the mug with her.
Yeah, of course. Might need it. If there's going to be a fight outside.
Yeah.
Sevia dutifully finishes her drink and puts it on the table on top of a coaster, and then will go upstairs to see what's up with Fall.
Okay. So, Beatrice and Conrad, you step out to immediately see like the cheetah collapsing to the ground with the person that was with one final punch, as the person who was being cheated is barely holding on to consciousness himself.
Bravo! Okay. Fast work.
Thanks for the heads up.
No problem. Want to play a good game of cards? You should play with me sometime.
I think I need some rest after that.
Both of you certainly seem like it.
Yes. Gonna go in, get my money back, and then head off.
I was like, well.
Right. Okay.
He leans into Beatrice like, that's a shame. I thought it'd be a bit more of a show.
Meanwhile, Paul, what does Sevia walk in on? Is Sevia going to knock, or is...
Sevia's gonna do that thing where you knock as you open the door.
Okay. So what does Sevia walk in on for?
Fall's probably just like crouched, as he tends to, just like sitting in a corner with a book, and then just like slaps it shut.
I was going to ask you to roll an insight check, Sevia, but the fact that you slammed the book shut makes it very obvious. There is a book inside that book.
Also, the fact that Paul has a plus 15 to deception, but he doesn't really.
Yeah, but you, like...
He does not.
Even so, if you're just slamming a book shut, and there's a book inside that book, you can see there is a book inside that book, because
Fair
it's
point,
not... Or at least your first assumption is going to be that there's a book inside that book. There's definitely something in that book causing it to not close properly. Like, it's not a thin little leaflet hidden in, or a comic book.
Yeah.
It is a full-on book that you have hidden in this book.
Oh, hi, Saviour.
Oh, you're reading!
Yes. I've been wanting to brush up on my magic lately.
Oh, that's so wonderful! She, like, shuts the door behind her and she goes, look, I know you don't like reading. Do you want me to read it to you?
No, that's okay. That does sound nice, but, no, I think I'm done reading for today.
Oh, are you sure? If it's magic, I can help teach you. I'm a very hands-on teacher, you know.
No, it's okay. Thank you for the offer.
Are you feeling all right?
Yes, just, thinking. Are you okay?
I am now concerned.
Oh.
Are you... You can tell me anything. Are you sure you're all right? Did something happen while you were out with Beatrice? You can tell me. And she, like, rushes over to Fall and, like, crouches down in front of them. And she's like, just because Beatrice is our friend doesn't mean that, you have to hide it if she does anything bad to you, or if something bad happened and you guys didn't want to tell us about it because it was bad, like if you guys got into a fight while you were out, that's okay. Are you okay?
No, well, she was, I don't know, annoying, but fine, really. No, it was, if I can tell you anything, can we talk about our relationship?
So many emotions pass over Sevia's face at once.
Yeah.
But she very calmly schools her expression. She's just learned what a poker face is, and she schools her expression. And she goes, absolutely, anything.
Oh, I rolled really hard inside.
Roll me a deception check to hold this poker face.
Nice.
No, I'll use my blue dice because it's full. 13.
24. I'm sorry. It's not in a bad way. I mean, even if you don't want, no, it's still fine. It's fine no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know what you mean. I feel normal.
Yeah, what kind of expression is Fall seeing on your face? Spedia?
So they would have seen that in that moment before she could school her face, there was that moment of like, our relationship, they're breaking up with me. No, they wouldn't break up with me. Oh God, am I having a face journey? Oh no, and then it's like that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very anxiety-inducing.
That careful neutrality that she has done in the past when she tries to hide what she's feeling, quote unquote masking, where she tries to get rid of what she is feeling and present something completely different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm.
So it's just this kind of very still, static, passive neutral.
Okay. No, it's It's nothing bad. It's just something I wanted to ask you about. It's quite awkward, really. But,
Oh, well, I'm awkward, so it's fine. And she relaxes a little bit.
Great. So you like the whole, like, holding hands and hugging and kissing and everything, right? I certainly do.
I love it.
Awesome. What are your thoughts on sex?
If she had been drinking, it would have she would have done a spit take. As it is, she like chokes on air for a second and kind of falls out of the little like crouch she was doing and just lands on her butt and goes, not frequently?
Right. Sorry to drop that on you.
No, it's
Feels like blushing purple.
fine. That's Severe is also blushing.
No, we just
do you?
Yes, but only if you want to, of course. I was just thinking we haven't spoken about that kind of stuff. And I was wondering what your stance on that is. I know not everyone likes that.
I will.
Which would be fine.
But I used to. I thought I was one of those people, and then she looks directly at the ceiling, and then. Well, she looks at the ceiling, and then you realize she's looking to Arcani, as if to be like, why? And then you see this moment where she kind of goes, no, be an adult. And she looks at Fall at some point beyond his left ear, because eye contact hard. And she goes, up until very recently, I thought maybe I was someone who did not enjoy sex, and I met you, and I feel like I would be amenable to it. I could be agreeable to that circumstance, yes.
Looks like very happy and surprised. It's like, what? You're not just saying that to flatter me, are you? That is flattering.
Or why would I be saying that to flatter you when you're the one who would clearly be saying it to flatter me? Look at you. You're beautiful. And I'm me, which I know that I'm not saying that I think you think I don't look good. You've said you think I'm beautiful, which made me feel very good, but thank you. But you know, that's just people don't. I'm not one of people. But I'm realizing that I'm saying a lot of redundant sentences because you brought it up. So this is
Well, I'm happy to know that we're on the same page.
Yes.
And I think it's very silly of everyone to not find you as attractive as you obviously are. But I mean, if you're not into them, then it's much more convenient. Honestly. I've had people be like,
yes.
oh, attractive teeth thing before, but no, that doesn't matter.
I mean, again, I think you are intensely attractive. But you're worth so much more to me than how you look.
Likewise. Like I was saying, I love you, and I love you no matter what. but it's
I love you too.
I'd like to get closer when you want.
Okay, look, before we continue, what were you reading? Why is this brought up because of something you were reading? What did you and Beatrice do? Did you talk to Beatrice about this?
No!
I'm never going to be able to look her in the eyes again!
I was trying deliberately not to talk to Beatrice about this, and so I went to a shop, and they followed me, so she gave me some space eventually. It's just informative writing.
Sevia has... I don't know how to describe
This should be episode 69.
I wish. I don't know how to describe the look on Sevia's face, except academic hornocity, as she like looks at the wall and is like, she's like, you went and got a manual?
Yes, I wanted to go into the potential of knowing things.
That is incredibly sweet. And you know I wouldn't have cared.
Oh yes, but I'd still prefer to know what I'm doing.
Well, I don't know what I'm doing.
You can read it if you want.
And Sevia, like, once again, she's blushing so hard and she's trying so hard to be an adult, and she goes, I mean, or we could find things out together.
That's a good option too. You haven't been drinking, have you? Too much?
I had 1 glass of wine and a lot of orange juice. I'm fine.
Right, well, if you want to test the knowledge, I'd be happy whenever.
I do think if I don't kiss you right now, I'm going to physically explode, so yes.
I can't have that.
Yes. She kisses them.
Fade to black.
Yes.
Fade to black.
Fade
Thank you.
to black. Beatrice and Conrad, what are you doing in the aftermath of seeing, like, the end of the bar fight? Or not even bar fight, just 2 blokes beating each other
He's
up
unconscious.
outside. Yeah.
Should we rob him? Or should we help him? I don't know. Do you think he'd be not grateful in a weird way, you know, but just, you know, do you think that would be the right thing to do? I don't know.
We could always... If we had some ink, we could draw, like, fake facial hair on him for when he wake up.
Oh, that would be quite funny, yes. Well, I do have a quill, but I don't know if I've got any. I could go and get some ink, I suppose. That said, I did also rat him out to his face. Well, I whispered into that guy's ear, and then he started probably yelling at him. So, I don't know whether I want to be around when he wakes up or, you know, I give him more cause. I suppose we're leaving this town tomorrow, though.
I didn't mean for us to be around when he wakes up.
Oh, fair. Yes, true. Well, maybe we should just, like, drag him into the tavern so that he doesn't get trampled on. And that's, you know, that's our good deed for the day.
Yeah, that'll work. And Beatrice like leans down and like tries to sort of grab an arm to try and drag him in.
Conrad assists as well.
Okay. All right.
We drag this guy to the tavern, put him in a little corner.
Is there anything else that the two of you do this evening?
And Conrad kind of just like surveys the tavern and is just like, I'm probably going to go for a walk. I'll be back later.
Be careful.
Well, no more Strahds, I'm sure, this time. We won't talk about that.
Yet.
Connor just like quickly leaves. And he's just going to go and have a wander. If there's any shops open, he'll have a look, a browse through them, but he's just having a wander. He just needs to get out. The voice is a bit quieter.
Beatrice would very quickly down her ale, walk outside, fly up and land on the roof, and just sit there and wait for Conrad to come back.
Okay. How long is Beatrice waiting, Conrad? Or is there anything in particular you're doing on your wander before that happens?
Not particularly, unless he finds anything interesting, sees an interesting shop, meets an interesting person. That's about it.
I think by this time, things are probably shutting down for the night.
Yeah. He just has a wander.
Yeah.
For however long.
And, all right. And eventually, as you return, Beatrice would be able to see that. And
Yep.
do you retire for the evening? Or
Yeah, I guess so. Nothing else for Conrad to do.
Yeah. Beatrice, do you do much the same?
Yep.
Okay.
Then she, when she gets to her room, she pulls out the book and starts to read.
Okay. Fade to black on Beatrice, I guess. And Conrad, as you find sleep taking you, well, actually, is sleep one of those things you need to deal with, or that you don't need?
He
to deal
does need
with?
to sleep, I'm pretty sure. I
Okay.
think it's just breathing and eating and drinking. He doesn't need to do.
As you drift off to sleep, you find your vision filled with so almost it looks like some form of temple. You're not sure which deity, if any, it is tied to, but it is a temple. Notably, it is all made of amber. And
Yep.
you see yourself up at the front of towards the front presenting end of the temple, and there are a number of shadowy figures surrounding. And roll me an insight check.
Probably don't need to roll too high to figure out. That's 18 plus 18.
18, yeah. This is set up almost as if for a wedding. And you see the figures around you, though, aren't complete forms. They are shadowy, but they are recognizable. You see amongst the crowd your family, your parents, your brothers, your uncle. You see Paul and Sevia amongst the crowd. Well, you see Beatrice amongst the crowd. And you see coming down the aisle, the place of a bride, a face you've only seen in portraiture.
Oh.
A young woman
Oh.
that you would know by the name of Bella Murana.
Yep. The second Conrad's in this area, and I'll pause you for a moment. And while he starts to his brain starts to kind of grasp onto the imagery and the scenery of where he is, and in the way dreams do. He just starts to even though it's a dream, so you don't really react like that in a dream, but these are strange dreams that Conrad has. He starts to almost just as if he's just breathing harder, and just he would break into a cold sweat if he were not dreaming currently. He probably is right now, as if he'd be about hyperventilating, just distressed. Yeah.
Also, roll me a perception check.
Yes, that's something I am good at. Wow, okay. That was another 18. This is a strange dream numbers. So perception, 28.
Okay. You notice in the crowd as well the shadowy face or the shadowy figure, including the face of one Strahd von Zarovich.
In fact, he probably
a moment.
cast his gaze over to there for a moment, because he's trying to look away from his face he hasn't seen in person before.
Yes. Yeah. It is the face of Strahd von Zarovich for a moment before it returns to the face that was there before. That of your brother, Prospero.
Oh. His jaw kind of sets, and then he turns back again to face the figure that is the shape of the woman he's betrothed to, and he just kind of looks up and is like, "I'm trying. I will be faster. I need more time."
Bella approaches you, and the priest begins the ceremony. And as he does so, Prospero rises from his seat, and you see Flash of Strahd's face taking over his for but a moment again. And you see a blade summoned out into Prospero's hand as he starts attacking those around him and making his way to you and Bella.
Oh boy. So Conrad was already very distressed. Probably one of the things he's been fearing the most from back home. And he scrabbles backwards and looks around. Normally he would summon his sword to himself. I can't imagine he can in a dream.
You go to summon your sword. It is not coming to you.
Yeah, that fits. And he just kind of stumbles around this is a dream, this must be a dream. I wake up now. This will be... Why are you persisting? What are you doing here? What's your purpose?
And
this isn't real.
Prospero
This won't be real.
Approaches you and Bella, and with a slash of his sword, with the face of Strahd momentarily appearing on it as he does so, the priest is slain. With another slash, Bella is slain. And then he turns to look into your eyes. It is Prospero's face, but you can see clearly, or as clear as you can with shadow, that there are vampiric fangs within his mouth. What would you like to do?
Oh boy. He tries to step back for a moment, I suppose.
Okay.
One arm sort of guarded in front of him. He's like, that is more comfort than threat, if that is what you are trying to do for me.
And you see Prospero's face turn to Strahd's as he raises up his arm again, and
Conrad closes his eyes.
You feel momentarily the feeling of the blade slicing through your neck as you wake up. And that is where we're going to leave it for this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Incredible. Man, you're burned down. This is what happens to Conrad.
And Conrad gets stabbed.
Got neck trauma again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
True.
Oh.
How many
everyone?
times?
Hope you
Have a
enjoyed the
good
sexy episode for some
Yes.
people.
Yeah. Thanks
Have a
for
wonderful
listening.
week.
Bye.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Goodbye.